tau tua male au nanga mo tau sa mo service station nei tona I matu. Ma tau teu tuina lo ta vale, ma le tele onisi o matu au nanga ese ese. Ai le ngata foi le, ma tau te seke ina fo I lo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang baik Pak Ulusa? Awalnya telepon, matu siapa lah yang voice mau lah ucapan. Mulu no posilah dia, mua tapi lah ucapan lebih out. Mua tapi lah telepon ni time out tu ina lah ucapan. Malah bayang mulu. Mana tua fu? Matua I fasa ina lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga fa pengi. Ota Samoa, ore mota mo Samoa. Mato te fia au na pe mo o Samoa. Maftaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
Voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tulanga pitusili o tau. Ole la fo me o pepa tala o loa. Ona fa ngale fa tau o loa e o nga mo ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa so fu tau e lisia sa.
Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo ala mai le tala fo voucher. Ile wana fa tau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Dai mo le tala fa voucher o mo le apusu se o fine. So se paro loa fa ngo fie. A me se le fer wa I ma le telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo la fo merkes o nei no dor tama ore ainga.
Fa te tu la vole tal fo voucher mo le foi au nang fo fa tai. Ma lo la le tam fai.
Fa tai tala fa voucher. Teki tala fa voucher.
Talofa lava everyone, malora sufua maoma langi e mama and a warm Pacific greetings. It's a beautiful day. Greetings to everyone. Sorry, it's a beautiful day here in Aotearoa. And we'd like to say a massive shout out to all of our viewers who have tuned in wherever you are in the globe. We hope you are having an amazing day. And also a massive whawhete lava to, of course, our sponsors. We cannot forget who has helped us build this platform so that we can share the journeys of our wonderful Pacifica people, Pacific 40, Pacific Easy, Malta o Samoa, Seki Works, the Pacific Business Hub, Say Oriana. Oh my God, the list goes on. A massive whawhete lover to all of our sponsors. Claudia, how are you today on this wonderful Friday?
Do you know what, Bet? It's beautiful here in Auckland, like you said. The sun is out. It's starting to feel like summer. There is a lot to be grateful for. We may still be in alert level 4, but there is always something to be very thankful for. And I know, this whole Father's Day competition has seriously been blowing up. But before we get into that, and before we show you the really funny entries that we keep on receiving, I'm just going to quickly do a COVID-19 update and get that out of the way. So we now have 736 cases in the outbreak, 709 in Auckland, 16 in Wellington. 11 people have recovered. There are 42 people in hospital, 6 in intensive care, and 3 on ventilation. So guys, it is still very important that we all keep inside our bubbles. And if you are going to the supermarket or going for a walk, make sure that you are always scanning in with the QR scanner, wearing your mask and keeping that 2-meter distance.
I love it. And I think shortly after, before we roll into a break, we do have a very, very special video that we will be sharing later on, just with regards to a COVID tip. It's a really adorable one, so make sure you stay tuned to watch it.
Now, Bear, should we show our viewers these really, really funny Father's Day entries that we've been getting?
Yes, but first of all, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who has sent the entry through. Look, we know that level 4 has caused a bit of havoc here in Auckland with regards to Father's Day and the lockdown, but that's not going to stop us here on BLU TV to celebrate our fathers who, well, they deserve it. So let's have a look at those videos and oh my goodness, I don't want to know.
They're great fun.
Ya, Mali.
Yo,
You bring us in.
Talofa lava, everyone, and welcome back. Honestly, aren't those videos just amazing of all our fathers? Even through lockdown, they can still make us smile. Mele is a huge fan of the show, and I'm so glad that you sent in your entry of your dad. That was absolutely beautiful. For everyone that's wondering, how can you vote for your favorite video? Head over to the BLU TV Facebook page. At the top of the page, you will find the Father's Day competition post. Now, in the comments, you're going to see all the videos that we've just played. Get all your friends and your family to like your most favorite video. The video with the most likes will win. Now, Bear, do you want to tell us what the prizes are?
Yeah, look, it's an awesome prize pack. So the first place winner gets $100 in cash, and this awesome prize was sponsored by the beautiful, the wonderful JP Ngalumalimana Sulu Anai. So thank you so much. And together with this prize.
Now, guys, as you can see, it is lockdown, and sometimes we are going to be facing Wi-Fi and internet issues. Our sister Bear is currently experiencing some internet issues, but guys, it's all part of the lockdown game. So as she was saying, prize one is going to be $100. It's also going to include one other hoodie, one other t-shirt, one 18-pack of Corona beers, guys, and also one Ula Lole. So guys, it's gonna be an amazing prize. If you win, that is first prize, but don't forget we also have a second place prize, and that is 2 Aloha shirts courtesy of Thanksgiving Creations. Guys, if the winner is going to be announced on Monday. So there is still time for you to submit your video of your dad. So all you got to do is head over to the BLU TV Facebook page, the Father's Day competition post, share that post to your page with the hashtag BluWaveTV. Then send a video of your dad to the BLU TV Messenger, and someone from the team will post that video onto our page. Guys, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's tuned in. Thank you to Ciolo, who's actually said hello in my language, Spanish. Ciolo, hola, buenas tardes to you too, amigo. Hi, Mele. Hi, Fala. Thank you so much for tuning in. Talofa Maima, Talofa Felicity. Thank you also to Vitalia. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We are going to go into a short break. I think our beautiful sister Bear is laughing because her internet is back. So yay!
Look, once again, I do apologize. The connection here in the heart of Clendon is kind of playing up a little bit. But before we head into that quick break, I thought I would just remind everyone that you can view and listen to our Pacific podcast, now available on Spotify and iTunes. Don't forget to subscribe. Like we mentioned.
Now, guys,
300.
Guys, if you do experience either one of our videos cutting out like that, just remember it's only for a brief moment. It's just part of the lockdown game with the Wi-Fi and bandwidth strength. So we are going to head into a short break, but like Bear was saying, you can now find all our podcasts on Spotify and Apple iTunes. So head over to those platforms as well. And we're also on YouTube. So guys, don't go anywhere, because after the break, we have Reverend Gary joining us. See ya.
O le whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, a o tapuni ai ofisa mo le whaawa yaso. Whaonga nei lola na wa unanga forward ta ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua I whaingo fia lava. Na o le tipose mai lava lau se leni mato account, o le whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga I Samoa. E ia inga I tahu na whaamalia ina. Mo nisi whamatalanga I le nei au nanga fōu. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono. Po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa I le valu tolu o.
Telephone voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight here to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūlanga pitusili o le tāu. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. O na whaanga le whaatau ai o loa e au ngā mo le ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa sunga fua tau ai le sia sa.
Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana fa tau ma me te mga ai. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo pa voucher ua maua le apususi o se wa fine. So se paro loa fai ngo fie. A me se le te ferwa I malo telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash. O na ino le tama o le ainga.
Pa te tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo pa tai. Ma lu la le tam pai.
Pa tai talo pa voucher. Teki talo pa voucher.
Tau tua ma le au nanga remote tau sa mo service station nei tona I matu. Ma tau te utuina lo ta vale ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga ese ese. Ai le ngata foi le ma tau te sia ke ina fo I lo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang baik Pak Olusa? Awalnya telepon, matu siapa lah yang voice mau lah ucapan. Mulu no posila fia, mua, tapi lau tak vale Pea out. Nua, tapi lau telefon ni time out ina lau tak vale. Malah bahenga mulu. Mana tua fo? E matua I whasa aina, lo tau maktapa ai no fuanga whapengi. Mata Samoa, ole mata mo Samoa. Mata te fia e au na pea mo o Samoa. Paftaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
Le whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, au tapu ni ai ofisa mo le whawa yaso. Whaonga nei lolna wa unanga forward ta ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua I whaingo fia lava. Na le tipose mai lava lau se leni mato account, o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga I Samoa. E ia inga I tahu na whaamalia ina. Mo nisi whaamatalanga I le nei au nanga fōu. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono. Po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa I le valu tolu o.
I'm so sorry. Talofa lava, everyone, and welcome back. Yes, we do have our special guest, and yes, my internet connection is very poor at the moment here at Clendon Park in Manurewa, but that's okay. I have Fala, who is now holding up my phone so that we could quickly get this Zoom sorted. But a massive welcome and whaamalo and whaatalo whātu po ia te oe me sunga le whawhiangainga, Gary. It's such an honor and a pleasure having you on the show, so a massive welcome to you. Thank you so much. But I'll quickly let you do a quick intro of yourself, please, from Mulia.
Yeah, thank you, Pea. Thank you, Claudia. What a privilege it is to be joining you this afternoon, this beautiful sunny Friday. Malole soifua malelangi mama. Yeah, warm Pacific greetings from the Mauga household to all of you tuning in. I'm Reverend Gary Mauga. I'm the minister at St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church in West Auckland, Henderson. And I am Samoan. I'm New Zealand born. I was born and raised in Otara, South Auckland, and both my parents, the late Sewala Soa Mauga i Tonga, he's from Lalomanu, and my beautiful mum who's still with us, praise the Lord, Katie Niupurusu, Mauga i Tonga. She comes from Tanunga Manono. I am one of 6. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. I'm married to the beautiful and very patient Suliana, and we have our 5-year-old daughter Tara. So yeah, that's who I am, and look forward to contributing to today's program in whatever way I can. Thank you for having me.
No, Gary, thank you so much. Look, I know that your time is very precious, so we'll just get into the talanoa. We haven't invited you on the show because we know how important it is, with the pastoral care, especially during lockdown. But before we get into the questions, I wanted to quickly say, I'll let Claudia start us off because I'm gonna. I won't bring this into it yet. I'll wait till later. So sorry, Claudia. Do you want to just take it off?
That was suspenseful.
Thank you so much, Reverend Gary, for joining us today, especially during uncertain and vulnerable times. So it's an absolute honor and exactly what we need on today's show. Now, before we get into this very exciting talanoa, I want to play a short video of Gary, your daughter Tara, giving her COVID update. And I've seen this. She's so cute, so sweet, and I think she might actually take my job from me. So producer Lemo, if you could just please play the video of Reverend Gary's daughter Tara and her COVID update.
Talofa family and friends. I hope you all doing well. We're in alert level 4. I missed school, but it's okay because we have to be safe from the coronavirus. So here's Tara's tips. Wash your hands all the time. You better wash it with soap and water so the soap can go off. Keep 2 meters distance. Don't stand close to each other when you're out at the supermarket. Because if you stand close to each other, you're gonna bump and then the coronavirus will go to your body. Don't go crazy. Save me some food from the supermarket too. Please wear your mask wherever you go because of the germs that spread in your mouth. You shouldn't leave home until it's important. Otherwise, be wise, stay home. If you're unwell, call the healthline. Get tested and vaccinate. Get vaccinated. get better. Let's do this together, New Zealand. Then I can go back to school, yay! And my nana can bring me a Happy Meal again. And Tara Grace Mauga, God bless you, we love you. Have a good day.
How cute was that?
Oh, Claudia, I think we have our very next guest already in line there. We've got Tara, who's ready to take over as well.
Yeah, she's expensive, so careful.
I bet. Oh, she's adorable. That's awesome.
Thank you.
If Tara can't convince you to stay at home, put your mask on and get vaccinated, I don't know what or who else can convince you. But Reverend Gary, we're going to start off this much needed Talanoa. Reverend Gary, I want to talk a little bit about the start of your journey. In which moment or what event happened in your life that made you realize that becoming a reverend was your calling?
Yeah, so I had a very, brought up in a very loving environment. My mum and dad, they loved us with everything that they had at the time. So we didn't know what poverty was. We didn't understand what going without meant. It wasn't until older when we could compare what we didn't have with what others had. So loving environment. The church played a really big part in the way that we grew up. And so where we could, our parents would take us along to church, and at a very young age, you don't understand what's going on. All you think about is, oh, this is boring. It's in another language. We're all New Zealand born kids. And so we're going, okay, here's the Samoan church that's, that has a life that we're invited to be part of, yet we don't understand a lot of what's been spoken about. So it was from there. My parents, in their faith, placed us in a position to be able to be nurtured by something that they really believed in. And so we were raised through the church. Our family, we had the privilege of contributing where we could. And the church at the time, Tamaki Pacific Island Presbyterian Church, under the wonderful ministry of the late Reverend Elder Le'ita Setefano and the Lofi Setefano, it allowed us to grow, and they gave us so many opportunities to nurture our faith when we were there. So yeah, all of that went really well. And schooling, attended Mayfield Primary School, Beds Intermediate in Otara, and then ended up going to what was called the best school of all, Otahu College. And so life was going good. It was later in my late teens, I started to wonder about what some of my other friends were doing, and that led to some poor decision making, and I got involved in a few colorful situations where where I'd start coming home and doing things to hurt my family. There was a phase there where I started pushing some of my really good friends away. And it's the grace of God that I believe I was able to come out of that. And it wasn't from my own strength. When I look back at it, I wouldn't have been able to do that myself. And so God's grace for me is something really, really personal, and something that I now can begin to understand. So it was because of that, I came away from there going, oh, what am I doing with my life? I had to look back at what my father and my parents had instilled in us, and faith was a big part of that. So I had to kind of surround myself with some really faithful friends who could say, look, you're out of that you're out of that hole now, and we're here to walk alongside you. Let's get back to it. And so yeah, I applied for a role working with at-risk youth in Otara, and again, that just opened my eyes up to more to what I could contribute to society. I had heard a lot of people in the past, and for me, there was a strong conviction to now think about, all right, what am I going to give back to? What can I do to restore people back to life? Just as these people, these faithful friends of mine had done for me. And so I was sitting one day going, oh, well-paid job. I was working 2 jobs at the time. And so, we're blessed with a lot of money. And then I turned to my wife one day and I said, oh, you know what, I'm thinking of going into some kind of ministry. And she said, which area of ministry? Youth ministry? Do you want to be a pastor? Do you want to? And I said, I really don't know, but I want to explore that further. And my wife, those who know my wife, Pea, you know my wife really well. She's the type that, when I say I'd like to do something, she just says, look, go for it. I'm here. I'm here for you. Just go for it. It's scary, but I'm with you. And so I said, okay, wonderful. That I took that as God speaking to me through my wife. Let my family know, and they're going, what? And I think there was to be fair, there was a good number of people that were going, hang on, yeah, you're the same one that, just a few years ago was, you're involved in substance abuse and you're hurting people, and now you're coming back saying you want to go into ministry. And I really didn't have an answer for that at the time. And I did a lot of crying and just trying to pray to God, saying, oh, then, what can I do? What can I do? And so not long after, with the guidance of, the Reverend Elder Leite Whanau, I decided to take up some theological studies and did about 6 years of that. And then in 2013, I became an ordained Presbyterian minister. And so here I am today. Our first call was to West Auckland, which at the time we knew nothing about. Yeah, we remembered that the God of the Bible is a God who sends you into discomfort rather than comfort. And it's in discomfort where we're always reminded to trust in and rely on something more greater than who we are. So we're here now, and we love our St. Andrew's family. We are so tight. They're a huge blessing to us. And so yeah, I just kind of knew it was for me. It was for me. And so here we are. We're in our 9th year, and we wouldn't change a thing.
Thank you so much, Reverend Gary, for that answer, and for your honesty, and for sharing with us that you haven't had a perfect background. And honestly, to me, that just makes you even more powerful, more strong in actually delivering the message that you have to deliver, because you're not perfect. And it's a reminder that through our imperfections, we can actually become closer to God. So thank you so much for your answer.
Yeah, I agree with Claudia. What a powerful message, and what a powerful way to end our week off. I think earlier on in the week, myself and Claudia, we also experienced some kind of, we were sitting there struggling a little bit with how COVID has hit. But so thank you so much, Reverend, for sharing that with so much honesty. We really, really appreciate it. It's not often that we get the full story from our guests, but that really, really, that really, really blew me away. So thank you so much, Rev. And that will take us into the next, what we wanted to talk about was COVID and how that's hit, because now that you've explained your journey, it's obvious that you play a very vital role in our Pasifika community, and you've experienced that. You've experienced what it's like to be on that side, and now to be the person that people come to for comfort. And during this time, how do you not let your daily life challenges, not affect how you deliver the spiritual message? And now that we've heard, how colourful your pastors, how do you not let that affect how you deliver the message, Gary?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the question. So, we've all heard this saying that your past does not define you. But what it does, it equips you for all kinds of situations. So because of that upbringing, both the loving upbringing that was there in our family home, and then you're able to draw on some of your experiences where they weren't such wise decisions. It just means that it just equips me more to relate to more of our younger generation, the ones who are either about to go into that phase or are considering where they are, who they've met, this new circle of friends that they're not too familiar with. And so, yeah, I think it equips me more to, again, just be a little bit more personal with the people that I'm blessed to be working with. And I've had numerous occasions where I've sat down with some of our young people and they've poured their hearts out. And I like that, and if they can't be that open and honest with their parents, then I invite them to come and do that here, where there is the confidentiality, but there are the steps that I can reassure them that, look, I'm with you. Let's go. Do we need to go to your parents? Do we need to just give them a heads up on the challenge that you're facing? And so it's been a real blessing. And again, none of this is my own strength and my own fiapoto. It's more to do with, okay, God's given me this life, given me these experiences, and so I need to use it in a way that I feel God intends for it to be used. So, yeah, I'm glad that it can, if there's any small part of my life that can offer some kind of encouragement to someone else, then when my day comes to be called back to God, my heart will be satisfied.
Beautiful answer, Reverend Gary. Now, as you know, by nature, humans are social creatures. So lockdown has been especially hard on everyone, I would say, and especially on our extroverts. Reverend Gary, what steps have you taken to look after your own personal well-being?
Yeah, okay, my own personal well-being. I got to say, I'm a little up and down with the personal well-being side of things. I'm very fortunate that I live in a church manse, and so outside the church manse is a car park, a church car park. And so many people don't have that luxury, but it just means that I'm able to put on some sneakers and then go for a walk around the car park. I've got my earphones on. I'm very passionate about music. I love singing, and as so many people put it, ministers are really failed pop stars. But anyway, I walk around the car park singing and just listening in on what people are saying. So that's for my own kind of relaxation. At times it is about getting away from Tara. She's so cute in the video though. And for me it really is in the situation that we're in, where we have intimate bubbles. A lot of my well-being is really based on how well my daughter and my wife are doing as well. So I try my very best not to step on my wife's toes and I try to share the parenting load, but I got to say, this world would be nothing without our women. Yeah. So, well-being. I just make sure there's a word for me to be inspired by, because I believe that the scriptures are the living word, and so there's always life in every word for every single day. Something we refer to as our daily bread. So as long as I've got the spiritual and the physical going, then that's cool. Yeah. We've also padlocked our fridge as well for my well-being.
Love it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gary. I wouldn't want to step on Suliana's toes either.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And I love that. I love that you can be honest about locking the fridge. I don't think anyone else in our bubble has been able to lock their fridge. We've got Lofi here who continues to cook really delicious food for us. So we're pretty blessed this lockdown. But you know what, going back on the well-being, Gary, I was reading a little bit about how our Pasifika people love being connected. It's just who we are. It's what we're about. And then I was thinking, actually, what is the one? We're okay. We've got the Zoom, we've got Messenger. We can walk past the church and wave out to you. But you know what I was reading? The power of hugs is probably the one thing that I've noticed that I probably miss the most about our people, our community, because I think that's the one thing is hugs play a massive, massive role as well, because it does strengthen those bonds. And without the hugs and with the screen time, how have you been able to, master that with your big, massive ekalesia? Because as you know, when we're at church, it's oi hello hug, talofa hug. That's our way of reassuring each other that we're good, we're safe. But now, how do you do that virtually? Yeah,
that is a very, very good question. I'm the huggy type as well. I love it when I'm able to hug the parishioners, and we have some really loving and wonderful older women, and they love me so much. They give me so much respect. They come to the door usually after the service, and then they'll repeat a line that I've said in the sermon, and that tells me that they're listening. Well, they're listening to one line. But it's just wonderful to be able to hold them, and they give me big hugs, and I'm just like you, Pea. I really miss that. Right now, it's we have to get into a mindset where our loving of each other is loving each other enough to be really cautious around people transmitting this very very unpredictable disease. So the best thing that I can do, and this is what our old schoolers love, especially our seniors who haven't quite mastered the online stuff. Best thing we can do is go back to the old school telephone. Because believe it or not, whether we're in lockdown or not, the telephone for many church leaders who are offering pastoral care, it's still the hardest thing to pick up. So I would suggest that you pick up the phone and just have a conversation, ask them how they are, because it means the world to them. It means the world to them.
I love that. And I'm not saying my parents are elderly, because if I were to say that, my mom would kill me. She's very youthful looking as well. But yes, I do see my mum and my dad doing that every day. They'll just pick up the phone, they'll call their friends, and they'll have a conversation for hours, and they're yapping away, and they feel so happy. And it's right, that's another way of connecting with other community members, and especially our older people. But Reverend Gary, a lot of people, it is week 3 pretty much in lockdown, and everyone's feeling I guess tired. You know, a lot of people starting to kind of like lose their cool a little bit. It's getting tough. What inspiring words can you kind of give us to keep us going for at least another few weeks in lockdown?
Yeah, okay. I should have the answer to that. I would just say to, yeah, we all kind of understand the task that's ahead of us. We can't, no matter how we put it, whatever way we put it, there is something deadly out there in the air.
Yeah.
And you know, my heart breaks a little every time I watch the COVID updates and there's another number added to the ICU numbers. If I could offer some encouragement to everyone, it's to stay the course. It really is, stay the course. And if we really want to hug again, if we really want to, you know, connect our bubbles and see our families and be there in person for the ones that we love dearly, if we want to do that again, this is the only way that we can do this, and that's to ensure that we're not endangering ourselves and the ones that we love dearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the type that I love to get out and about and see some of my friends, you know, and colleagues and just see other people. But I also know how important this is when we're looking to the future. So a lot of it is my mindset is setting up a healthier future for my 5-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, if we take the attention off ourselves and think about others, and think especially about our children, then we'll do all we can. We'll do whatever it takes to ensure that they're growing up in a world that's going to be a lot healthier for them.
I love that, and I love how you said take the attention of ourselves and think about others. You know, and that's just proving to you as well. That's my one-liner that I was listening to you, Reverend Gary.
No, I love that. But you know, Gary, you know, you're talking about all of this, taking the attention of ourselves. But now I know that with the pastoral care, you also have to assist the vulnerable families in this pandemic. And I think that COVID is not the only pandemic that we're facing at the moment as well, because a lot of our families that are in that vulnerable situation are facing anxiety as well. How have you been able to assist our ainas who are less fortunate than others and who are in a situation that need care? Like, how have you been able to assist them with the pastoral care during lockdown?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for touching on the mental health side of things. These types of lockdowns can really put a strain on the mental well-being of people, and there's a million things going on in our minds. How are we going to cover these bills if we're not working? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? Sadly, and what's more heart-wrenching is how do we get to farewell our loved ones that have passed away during this time? It's really difficult. So what I tend to do, and I know that many other faith communities, many other organizations, they have their own approaches that may be working well. That's wonderful. One thing I want to ensure is that there is food there. And so it's important the people that I network with, it's important that I get rid of this attitude that, well, look, I'm too proud to pick up the phone and ring the local organization that's offering food parcels. So we need to, I feel like we need to drop those barriers, and we can't be too proud to beg, not during these times, especially if you're really loving your people. I don't care if I have to come on this program and say, please, can we have some food parcels made so I can distribute it to some of our families in need? So that's really important. We need to get over that. And I really want to challenge my colleagues in ministry to, really look at how we can do that as best as we can. So I think that your networking and the people that you know, this is that time when you go and you ring wins if you need to ring wins. You ring the funnel, you ring whoever's out there doing some wonderful work, and it's all out of a heart for making sure that especially the larger families in our churches with a lot of children, that they have nappies and just basic necessities. Yeah.
I love your work. I really do, and thank you so much for being so honest again, Gary. That's what we love and respect about you, is that you're always, it's never about you. It's always been about our people, and it's always about sharing and shedding light on God's love, so that it does strengthen our communities, especially during these tough times. I know that we have a lot that we wanted to cover, but as you can tell, we are running a little bit of time. We always stretch our times, myself and Claudia.
Sorry about that.
I'm talking to you, and I think Claudia will agree that we're going to invite you again to talk a little bit about some other things next week. But let's go into the whole. What has been the best thing about lockdown for you, Gary?
Yeah. Okay. The best thing about lockdown is I do get to have a little bit of extra rest that I didn't have. I don't know what it is about this lockdown, but it feels like I'm sleepier. But it does provide that space just to rest a little bit more, where I can sometimes try to avoid doing housework. I love that this kind of exposes me, and I really get to sit down and appreciate everything that my wife does around the house. So, where I can, I'm going to help out and wash a fork or something,
Just a fork, one fork.
But yeah, I love that it exposes me, what I'm weak in, and yeah.
Reverend Gary, honestly, your honesty has been such a breath of fresh air. I'm sure I speak for myself and Pea that I just feel that bit stronger and have that much more strength just to kind of tackle these next few weeks. So thank you so much. And Reverend Gary, I'm sure you must know that you're absolutely loved. We have a lot of our viewers commenting, and hopefully this is a message from Mele. When we get you on next time, Reverend Gary, because I know there will be a next time, perhaps you can sing a song from Sunday school.
Oh, wow.
Maybe My God Loves Me. We can say that for next time, hopefully.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Reverend Gary, for joining us. Like I said, it's just been a true blessing to have you today, especially now out of this crazy time that we're in. So thank you so much. We are going to head into a short break, and when we come back, we are going to announce the winner of the Blue Wave Mixologist competition. So don't go anywhere, please, guys. See you soon.
See you soon, guys.
O le whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, a o tapu ni ai ofisa mo le whaava yaso. Whaonga nei lolna wa unanga forward ta ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa o membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua e whaingo fia lava. Na o le tipose mai lava lau se leni matua account, o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga I Samoa. E ia inga I tahu na whaamalia mo nisi whaamatalanga I le nei au nanga fo. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono, po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa I le valu tolu o.
Telephone voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūranga pitusili o le tāua. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. ona whaangale e whaatau ai o loa e au ngā mole ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa sunga fua tau ai lesi sa.
Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaakau ma me te mga oi ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo pa voucher ua maua le apasusi o sewa fine. So se paro loa whaingo fie a me se le te whelua i mana o telefoni tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo Amerikas o na inu e lor tamao re ainga.
Whaftea tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo whaftai. Ma lua lava le taumpai.
Tai talo pa voucher. Teki talo pa voucher.
Tau tua ma le au nanga remote tau sa mo service station nei tona i matu. Ma tau teu tuina lo ta vale ma le tele onisi o matu au nanga i se esi. Ai le ngata foi le ma tau te sia ke ina fo i lo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang vai pa ulusa? Awalnya telepon, matu te siapa lah yang voice mau lah ucapan. Molo no posila fia. Mua tapi lah ucapan le Pea out. Tapi lah telefon ni tai me utu ina lah ucapan. Mal vai ngamul. Mana tua fo e matua i whaasaina lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga whapeni. Mata Samoa, ore mata mo Samoa. Mata te fia e au na pea mo o Samoa. Maftaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
Salava everyone and welcome back. We have had the absolute blessing of having Reverend Gary on our show. Now everyone in the chat are asking for Reverend Gary to sing a song. Ciola has even said that if Reverend Gary sings, then Bear's going to dance. Now we have spoken about it, and it's going to happen on a later show, so stay tuned. And Bear is going to dance as well. So we'll give them a chance to practice and get that ready. But Reverend Gary, do you have any final words for us?
Yeah, one thing I want to leave with everyone is something that I'm trying my very best to live by, and that's a story from the Bible where one day someone asked Jesus, "What is the greatest commandment?" And Jesus replied, "Greatest commandment is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, your mind, your soul, and your strength." And then he said that the second greatest commandment is like that. And that is that you love your neighbor as you love yourself. And so I just want to leave you with those words. The greatest commandment that we can ever obey and try to live by is to love God, to love others, and to love yourself. And so if we can do those three things, there must be a beautiful life to live. But yeah, love is the greatest of all things. So if we can do that in our bubbles during lockdown, then that'll be awesome. That would be awesome. But I wish you all well, and grace, peace, and love be yours today and forevermore. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Honestly,
Feeling good.
I am so overwhelmed with the words that you shared, with so much love, Gary, with so much heart. It is making me a little bit emotional, and I hope that I know that you have planted that seed of hope in the hearts of so many of our viewers who needed it today. I know myself and Claudia really needed that today, and you uplifted our spirits today 100, and I know in my heart that you've uplifted the spirits of so many who are going to view this podcast, that you can also view on Spotify. But Reverend, I just want to say a massive thank you for making the time for myself and Claudia and the team here at Blue TV. It really was something that we needed today, and I know that Enrico joins us, our next host, Lorenzo, for the next show with Talanoa. So what a blessing. It has been definitely a true blessing to have you on the show. So thank you. Thank you
Glory so much.
Glory to God. And sisters, you keep doing the wonderful work that you're doing. There's pastoral love coming through this program every day. So you keep it up, and it's been a joy being part of this. Also, a very quick shout out to my brother Lemore. Thank you for organizing everything. All right. Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, Reverend Gary. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Oh, what a day it's been for us, Claudia, for our viewers who have tuned in. We hope that the message that Gary has shared today, and if you do require any assistance, you can find Gary's sermons on YouTube as well every Sunday live. So it's an awesome platform. He's an amazing human being, and we're just blessed, blown away today, Claudia, right?
Honestly, I feel like the Holy Spirit has just come over me, and I know that you feel the same. So honestly, truly blessed to have had Reverend Gary on the show. And last week we had the Blue Wave Cook-Off competition, and this week we had the Blue Wave mixologist competition. So last week Pea didn't say, she did actually. So she submitted her burnt water recipe, but she said that for this week she was going to bring her A game, and it was going to be game over for the rest of the team. And guys, she fully delivered on her word, because Pea is crowned the Blue Wave mixologist champion. Woo!
Oh, well, I didn't get my speech prepared, so I'll just get that out now. I do want to say thank you to the team. It's an awesome initiative to help us, keep moving, because it is difficult during these testing times. So if you do require any kind of assistance, please, if you want to talk about it, reach out, because we're all feeling it. And like Gary mentioned, there's help out there as well. So thank you so much. I'll take that crown off you, Ryan. And
that's the one.
This weekend, Claudia, we've got two special events on Sunday.
What's happening on Sunday? It is the start of the Tongan Language Week, one of the biggest language weeks of the year, and I'm so excited.
Yeah. Look, don't forget, the Ministry of Pasifika people do have put together this initiative, and don't let COVID stop you from celebrating and acknowledging our awesome Tongan community, because you know what? it's time like this that we could just sit down and really like read through all of the phrases for the day. Yeah. So you know what? I'm going to challenge everyone. If you can, send through your videos of you doing something exciting to acknowledge and to celebrate the Tongan Language Week during lockdown. Send them through to Blue TV. I think the Cleveland kids have a lot of videos that they're prepping. So Cleveland kids, if you're out there, if you're listening, send your videos in of yourself celebrating Tongan Language Week.
Now, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. And once again, thank you so much to Reverend Gary, who honestly, he gave such a beautiful talanoa today. And Ciola said it really perfectly in the comments. Ciola said a refreshing start to the weekend. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you here again on Monday.
God bless everyone.
Bye.
Squad, baby. Rex, J Sands.
Let's go.
Oh, say I'm say you are complete to me, I get you. By the way that you move and the way that you smile. Say, oh my Dorima, baby, you be giving your hand, I'll take you anywhere. You give me something that I never had. Cause you care, but about to me and the family. Say, why you waiting on me to talk to you? Yeah, I'ma listen what y'all say. Yeah, don't move out in the come here. Yeah, they on the layout, dirty wine, girl, dirty wine. Yeah.